The Chimehuin is one of the best known rivers for trout fishing in Argentina. Fly fishermen travel from all over the world to fish here, and guides are expensive. This is how I fished the Chimehuin without a guide for $100 a week. My trip began here in Junín de los Andes, where I stayed at the excellent camping Laura Vicuña. Shops are within walking distance, and I stocked up on food for what was to become a 6-day trip. Next to the campsite is the river itself, popular with families for a picnic or swim, and the ideal spot to launch my pack raft. Everything was being filmed by a Brazilian YouTuber I met at the campsite. Thank you again, Rika. The Chimehuin River begins life at a huge pristine lake upstream, and 50 kilometers of prime trout fishing later, it joins the Collón Curá River, where my journey ends. Downstream, the river became trickier to navigate, with narrow channels to choose from, and it was difficult to see what lay ahead. Later in the trip, a guide warned me to be careful, and after that, I stopped and walked through any white water I was unsure of. I also always wore a life jacket. Unlimited places to camp, all beautiful, all deserted. Most evenings I would gather driftwood and make a small fire. The skies at night were black and studded with the brightest stars imaginable. I thought long and hard about bringing this kettle, but I'm glad I did. It's been in the family for over 50 years, and a hot chocolate in the evening was a real treat. I did drink river water, not that I had a choice. I'd brought a water filter but lost it overboard. A guide later told me that he had stopped drinking river water, having seen so many dead animals. Maybe I was just lucky. On the 6th day, I reached the Collón Curá River, where I had a hero's welcome from 3 local guides. I'd never met them before, but they greeted me like an old friend and insisted on giving me a handful of flies. The Collón Curá is a big river, with a reputation for big fish, but I was running out of food and only fished it briefly, without success. I spent my last few hours paddling downstream to a public access fishing area, where I'd be able to reach the main road and hitchhike back to Junín de los Andes. After nearly a week without a signal on my mobile, my WhatsApp messages started to ping. I saw one from my eldest son, Jack. He'd got engaged to his long-term girlfriend, Holly. It was the perfect end to a perfect river adventure. Please see below for more information, or if you'd like to leave me a message.